In this video, we shall be talking about the BSD software update. We have a new update on the BSD software and ensure you also get it updated for you. The update is free. I will guide you how to update the software, and we shall discuss what has been updated in the new software. We shall start with the probability table, but if you don't have the software, check the link on the profile. You can get it and you'll get the updated version. But for now, what have we updated on the probability table? It is how signals show: high probability, medium, low, and poor. Initially, you had to go to a specific time frame for you to see the probability. For now, to see the probability, it is on any time frame. If you're on 1 minute time frame, you can see the probability on 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour. Remember, when we are talking about probability, we mostly check 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour. But now with the new update, you will get, when you see zeros, it means that the probability is not showing. Zero or label is the same thing. 1, it shows the probability it is at that point. For example, in 99, we can see we are in 1 minute time frame, and the probability on that minute time frame is medium probability. The probability on 1 hour is high probability, and the probability on 4 hour is not showing. So we are just checking the first thing. And we can see it is showing on all time frame, meaning you will be able to only take high probability signal and medium probability signal. And that means that we are dropping the settings that we were using on Discord. Remember some presets that we used to download on Discord, they will not be needed anymore in the new update. So to make sure that your table is working well, we shall be setting the probability table settings. And there are just only 3 in the new update. And you have to come to a place called ATR probability setting. We change the high, medium, and low. And use only these 2 settings that I've displayed here. So you change them like that one I've used to from 0.2 to 1.2. That one from 3 to 2.5. This is the 2 pairs that you should use when trading with the BSD Spike software in the new update. They are on my table right now. You can check them. So adhere to those 2 types of the settings. Another thing which is very important, so that you don't make any mistake right now. If you check my table clearly, the probability table, the new probability table, on the very top right, we have 2 buttons, buy and gain. So those 2 buttons are very important, and you can have bad trades or bad signals if you confuse them. Buy is for boom and gain indices. Let me just repeat once more. Gain and boom, on the very top it should be buy and then gain. And for all boom, to show the probability, it should be buy, boom, and gain. If you want to check crash market or pain market, you're supposed to do this. Go to indicators list. Now let's say you have decided to check crash 900 or pain 1200. So any of them, you're supposed to do this exactly. Go to indicator list, settings, indicator list, settings or properties of this. So check clearly what I'm about to do, so that you can ensure every time you are having the correct settings. So indicator list, then I have checked properties. Then in the input tab, I go to where we have signal panel. You can turn it true or false, but signal mode, buy or sell. Buy, boom, and gain. Sell, crash, and pain indices. So you just put boom if it's for boom market, buy. If it's for crash market, what will you do? You will go to the indicator list once again and change the signal mode to sell, signal mode to sell. So I've turned those to true. Just let me turn those to true. Then I go to where we have a signal panel setting, and if you want the panel to disappear or appear, is where you have the show signal probability. And by the way, the first 10 settings, they are set using lesson 2. That one did not change, by the way. First 10 settings were used lesson 2. So now I put sell on signal mode if I'm trading crash market or pain market. So now because it is crash, now I'm in Deriv, by the way. I'm shifting from Weltrade broker to Deriv broker. Now I'm on Deriv. So I put sell. Now sell I can check now on crash market. I should not check on bull market when the signal mode is sell. And you can see the indicator is working fine. It is showing probability in all time frame without wonder, and it will always show. I know that some of you maybe were saying that they are not seeing the probabilities with the other system. So we updated this one and made sure that you see the probability in any time frame you are, and it shows you the what probability you are, to make sure you get that 95% win rate using the BSD software. So far we have done 2 settings, the probability setting and signal mode setting. And I have made something clear. Even with the new system, the first 10 settings will be set using lesson 2. That is the spike 30 value, spike 60 value, spike accuracy tracker. That one did not change a lot, but that one will also continue using lesson 2. We can now go to our second update. In the newest update, the update on the alert is that it shows the probability. Remember, it gives you the stop loss, entry, stop loss, and the probability. But the probability that it shows is that of 30 minutes time frame. For example, you can see I'm in pin 1200 and there is a signal to sell, and it's telling me that the probability is L. L for low, H for high, and P for poor, and M for medium. So pin 1200 probability low. It comes with that in the default. So that is the new alert. The alert comes with the probability. So even if you are doing phone installation, it still shows you the probabilities inside your MetaTrader 5. That is if you have done the phone installation or the iPhone, Android. Remember, you can install the BSD software in the phone. So that alert helps you to understand what is the probability in the 30 minutes time frame on the alert, so that you don't have to keep checking the market. The alert comes with the probability. You can see this one is low. If I was trading this signal, I will use a very small lot size. The probability is low and it has the tendency of taking long. So for beginners, it's mostly recommended you take medium probability and high probability signals. Now, on the same thing, remember, the reason I keep updating this software and making sure that everything is correct is to ensure that you, as the blueprint trader, as part of my community, you become independent, and mostly you become a consistent, profitable trader. If I see there is something going wrong anywhere, I always take the feedback, and you can also comment anything I would like more improvement, but my sole purpose is to make sure you become a consistent, profitable trader, and on top of that is that you are happy becoming a blueprint trader and making trading simple. Like now we have pin 800, we can also see it is low probability. Now let's have another look. Here we have another market, gain 400. But right now, the probability is M, medium. Usually this takes 7 to 8 candles. Remember, when you are trading with the BSD software, this is just an advanced class. So one thing is we wait for confirmation, stop loss given by the system, now probability given by the system, and the arrow is telling us the direction where the spike will happen. We are taking signal if the signal is medium or high probability. We do not take low or poor signal. Mostly we are checking 30 minutes, 1 hour, and 4 hours. I've just repeated the rules of trading with the software once more. So gain 400, buy stop loss 12 candles with the probability of medium. This is now the new alert, how it shows. I know if you have the earlier version, it doesn't show the probability. So that is what I've changed on the alert box. So this really is very important when you are using the phone installation, because you get everything. You don't have to go check the VPS. You just know what to execute, and within some few minutes the spike happens. I hope everything is very clear on the alert box. It's just showing you the probability of 30 minutes time frame. It will not show that one of 4 hour and 1 hour, but that of 30 minutes one time frame will be notified. Lastly, we added one more feature, and you can also see it on the dashboard: fair value gap trend detection. So if you don't know what is a fair value gap, you don't know what is mitigation and unmitigation, balance and imbalance, I highly recommend at this point go learn something about fair value gap. Now, how does fair value gap help us in catching spike? It works two ways. One, it helps us to identify trends, so to avoid them or catch multiple spike. If you want to catch multiple spike, you must understand about fair value gap. And if you want to avoid entering a trade and it takes 30, 40 candles without a spike, or 50 candles, you should also know about fair value gap. The problem with fair value gap is they act as market magnet. Think that like of a magnet, so it attracts the price. So if the market goes into a fair value gap, I'll give you an example. This is a fair value gap to the downside. If now this market was to start going down, if it reaches the fair value gap, the area where you're seeing the candle is very clean and it moved very fast, it may come all through without a spike. So at that particular time, if you see that the market is in a fair value gap that is opposite to your trade, so for example, a bullish fair value gap, when you are catching spike in crash and pain indices, you should avoid it. Or a bearish fair value gap in boom and gain indices. Don't trade inside a fair value gap, trying to catch spike. And now, I hope you get my idea correctly. But the good thing is that the system will be notifying you when there is a fair value gap on the dashboard. It will tell you that there is a fair value gap or there is no fair value gap. Please, honestly, if you don't want this kind of market where you're seeing only small candles, the spike is not happening at all, if you don't want that kind of disappointment, don't trade inside a fair value gap. For example, if I go to 30-minute time frame, you can clearly see that that market is inside a fair value gap. If you maybe this part of the fair value gap, I don't want this video to be very long, so if you like more explanation, let me know in the comment section, and let me know how you are moving with the BSD software. So fair value gap also have been introduced, and avoid trading inside the fair value gap because prices move very fast and the spike do not happen. But if the fair value gap favors you, you actually in a good position, because you catch multiple spike. And I have clearly said that on the dashboard, you will be notified when there is a fair value gap and when there is no fair value gap in the market. But I also recommend for your personal learning, go learn about that fair value gap, mitigation, balance and imbalance in the market. So you will never find yourself where you're entering a trade and it takes 60 or almost 1 hour without a spike. You'll never get yourself into that trade. And this is with the BSD or without. If you learn about that and know if the market enters a fair value gap and it is going up, you can actually buy that market. I think I talked about fair value gap in the small ticks trading. You can check that. So to avoid this video being long, I'll create a follow-up and make sure you update your BSD software. If you don't have it,